Ever pondered about how to secure your finances in the event of a massive global catastrophe, or perhaps those countries across the way really did decide to shoot off that nuke, leading to a worldwide crisis? You're not alone. Everything can go sideways at the flip of a simple switch. In a world where the unthinkable can become reality in an instant, it's hardly surprising that prepping yourself for a potential war has shifted from the peripheral to the mainstream. Historically, this kind of preparation has involved acquiring essentials like canned food, water, and physical necessities. But have you ever thought about the significance of financial planning amidst a war scenario? That's right, folks. We're discussing your hard-earned bucks and how to ensure they don't evaporate if the world descends into chaos. Just like you wouldn't want to be left without a can opener in a landscape of canned goods, you wouldn't want to be left without a financial strategy when the banks are no longer functional. So, how do you go about creating a war-ready bank account? It's important to understand that this isn't about stashing cash under your mattress. Paper money might become worthless in a world rattled by war. We're talking about investments that can survive through time and turmoil. Imagine this. If you were to travel back a century or so, what kind of assets would have retained their value? Gold, land, a vault of rare spices. History has a knack for repeating itself. But don't fret, this isn't a history lesson. It's a practical guide to shielding your finances from a global catastrophe. We're going to examine some of the most robust investment options for a potential global crisis, from ancient currencies to modern wildcards. Remember, this isn't just about survival, it's about thriving. It's about ensuring that you and your loved ones can live comfortably, even in a world at war. So buckle up, because we're about to transform your piggy bank into a war-ready vault. Gold is so old it's practically prehistoric, but guess what? It's still got its glitter. Now, you might be wondering, why gold? It's just a shiny metal after all. But let's dial it back a notch and take a trip down memory lane. Gold has been a symbol of wealth and power since the dawn of civilization, with ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans adorning themselves with it and using it to trade. It's not just the sparkle that caught their eyes. It's the fact that gold doesn't rust or corrode. It's easy to work with, and it's rare enough to be valuable but plentiful enough to be useful. Fast forward to the present day, and gold is still a highly valued commodity. It's a cornerstone of our modern financial systems, backing up currencies and being traded on markets across the globe. But why is it important in a doomsday scenario? Well, in times of crisis, gold retains its value. Unlike paper money or digital assets, which can become worthless overnight in a catastrophic event, gold's intrinsic value doesn't change. It's always been precious, and it always will be. It's a medium of exchange that's universally accepted. And let's face it, it's a lot easier to carry a few gold coins than a wheelbarrow full of cash. Moreover, gold is anonymous. In a world where every transaction you make could be traced, gold provides a level of privacy that digital currencies can't match. It's a tangible asset that you can hold in your hand, and it's not subject to the whims of the internet or the power grid. In a doomsday scenario, gold could be your lifeline. It's a form of insurance, a safety net that can provide you with buying power when all else fails. So remember, when the going gets tough, the tough get gold. Bonds might sound as exciting as watching paint dry, but when the world's going haywire, you'll want something stable. Imagine bonds as the tortoise in the classic fable, The Tortoise and the Hare. They may not be the flashiest or fastest, but they're steady, reliable, and in the end, they often come out ahead. Now, when we're talking about a chaotic global scenario, these qualities become even more valuable. Bonds are essentially loans that you give to the government or a corporation. In return for your loan, these entities promise to pay you back with interest over a set period. This interest is your income stream, and it's as steady as a mountain stream in spring. Even when stock markets are on a roller coaster ride, bonds typically continue to pay out their interest like clockwork. But what makes bonds a safe bet for a doomsday portfolio? It's their predictability. When you buy a bond, you know exactly what you're getting. You know when you'll get your money back, and you know how much interest you'll earn. This predictability can be a comforting anchor in the tumultuous sea of investing. Moreover, bonds are less likely to lose value compared to stocks. When the economy takes a hit, companies can go under, and the value of their stocks can plummet to zero. But governments and large corporations, the typical issuers of bonds, are more resilient. They're like the big, sturdy oak trees that withstand the storm while the smaller trees get uprooted. Don't get me wrong, bonds are not completely risk-free. Governments can default and corporations can go bankrupt. but overall, the risk is lower compared to other investments. That's why bonds are often referred to as fixed income securities. They provide a more or less fixed income, come rain or shine, war or peace. So, when the world seems like it's spinning out of control, and you're looking for something to steady your financial ship, consider bonds. They may not make you rich overnight, but they can provide a stable income and preserve your wealth in uncertain times. Bonds, they're like the comfort food of the investment world. Real estate, the one investment that won't disappear into thin air, unless it's beachfront property and global warming has its way. Now let's be serious, folks. There's a reason why real estate has been a cornerstone of wealth accumulation for centuries. It's tangible, it's practical, and it's often immune to the whims of the economy. When you own land or property, you own something real and solid. It's not a piece of paper or a digital byte that represents a promise. It's a piece of the earth, and last time I checked, they're not making any more of that. Consider this. If the financial markets were to collapse tomorrow, your stocks and bonds might become worthless. But your house, your land, they're still there, and they're still worth something. In fact, in times of uncertainty, tangible assets like real estate often become even more valuable. Now, this doesn't mean you should pour all your savings into buying up every square inch of land you can find. Like any investment, real estate has its risks. Markets can fluctuate, property values can go up and down, and let's not forget about property taxes. But, if you're smart about it, if you do your homework and invest wisely, real estate can be a solid addition to your financial portfolio. You can rent it out for a steady income stream, use it to grow your own food, or even live off the grid, if that's your thing. And let's not forget, real estate isn't just about houses and land. It can also include things like commercial properties and agricultural land. These can be lucrative investments as well, especially in times of uncertainty. So, if you're worried about the future and want to make sure your wealth is secure, consider investing in real estate. It's not just about buying a house or a piece of land, it's about owning a piece of the world. A piece that can provide you with security, income, and peace of mind. So get yourself some dirt. It's the one thing they're not making any more of. Cryptocurrency, the rebellious teenager of the financial world. Unpredictable, volatile, but with potential to change the game. In a doomsday scenario, the entire financial system could go haywire. Banks might crumble, stock markets could collapse, and traditional currencies might lose their value overnight. But what about cryptocurrencies? These digital assets, born out of the internet age, could just prove to be the wild card we need. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and thousands of others exist independently of any central bank. They're decentralized, meaning no single entity has control over them. This might be a game changer in a world where traditional institutions have faltered. But here's the thing, cryptocurrencies are notoriously volatile. Their value can skyrocket one day and plummet the next. This volatility is driven by a multitude of factors, including market demand, technological advancements, and even tweets from influential figures. Yes, you heard it right, tweets. But volatility isn't the only concern. Cryptocurrencies rely on the internet and electricity to function. In a doomsday scenario, access to these resources might be limited or even non-existent. That's a sobering thought, isn't it? Yet despite these challenges, cryptocurrencies offer some unique advantages. They can be transferred instantly across borders without the need for a middleman. They're also pseudonymous, offering a degree of privacy not found with traditional banking. Moreover, some cryptocurrencies are designed to provide stability. These are known as stablecoins, and they're pegged to the value of traditional assets like the US dollar or gold. They might offer a safer bet in times of uncertainty. So, should you include cryptocurrencies in your doomsday portfolio? Well, they're undoubtedly a wild card. They come with risks, but also with potential for high returns. They might just be the joker in the pack, ready to surprise us all when the chips are down. Remember, investing in cryptocurrencies should be done wisely. Don't put all your eggs in one digital basket, diversify your assets, and always do your research. Cryptocurrency, because sometimes you gotta roll the dice. Alright folks, it's time to put it all together and create the ultimate doomsday portfolio. Now remember when we talked about putting all your eggs in one basket? That's right, we don't want to do that. Diversification is the name of the game. It's the secret sauce that keeps your investments safe, even when the world is on fire. Let's start with gold, the ancient currency. Ever since the dawn of civilization, it's been a reliable store of value. In times of uncertainty, it's a safe harbor. But remember, we don't want to go overboard. A good rule of thumb is to allocate about 20% of your portfolio to gold. Next up, bonds. They may not be the most exciting investment, but they're steady and reliable like a good old hound dog. Bonds are the slow and steady tortoise in our race. They may not sprint ahead, but they'll keep plodding along no matter what. Again, let's aim for a 20% allocation. Now, real estate, the real deal. It's tangible, it's useful, and it's not going anywhere, no matter what happens. But it's also costly and illiquid, so we want to be cautious about how much we invest. Let's say about 30%. Finally, the wild card, cryptocurrency. It's the new kid on the block, unpredictable, volatile, but with the potential for sky-high returns. It's a high-risk, high-reward play. But remember, with great potential comes great risk. So let's keep this to a modest 10%. The remaining 20%, keep it liquid. Cash in hand or in a bank account. It's always good to have some dry powder, ready to take advantage of opportunities as they arise. So there you have it, a portfolio that's apocalypse-proof. Now, if you've enjoyed this journey through the financial apocalypse as much as we have, we'd love for you to join us for more. We're always exploring new and exciting topics, and we'd be thrilled to have you along for the ride. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We also value your input and would love to hear your thoughts. If you think we've missed anything or if there's a topic you'd like us to cover in the future, please leave us a comment. Your feedback helps us create content that's relevant and engaging for you.